Hello and welcome to this webinar. We've started this webinar with some fantastic feedback that we've had from visitors and from farmers. Here are a couple of examples that are hugely positive, showing the value of running an Open Farm Sunday event. And I love that quote in the green box there saying how fantastic the online ticketing service has been for helping to control visitor numbers. So, today's webinar is all about managing visitor numbers, and we're going to be talking about ticketing and promoting your Open Farm Sunday event. So my name is Annabelle Shackleton, and I'm joined today by Tabitha Salisbury, and it's a photograph of Tilly the dog, who's also part of the Open Farm Sunday team here at LEAF, Linking Environment and Farming. So, as I say, the webinar today is going to be split into two sections. The first part is about an introduction to promoting your event. Then the second section is all about the ticketing service itself. So the first thing that you need to think about is deciding how many people you want to attend your event. Now, the 7th of June 2020 is our 15th anniversary LEAF Open Farm Sunday. It's been going since 2006. We have lots of experience in and feedback from farmers who host events year on year about how you can control visitor numbers, which I know is one of the main concerns of people taking part for the first time. So whether you host a small private event or a public event, whether it's a simple farm walk or a full open day, the key message is that it's down to you to decide on what you're comfortable in organising for your event, what you would like to share with the public, what suits you and your farm, and you can keep it as small and as simple as you want. So the first thing on publicising your event. Well, every farmer that takes part and hosts an event for Open Farm Sunday must be registered on the website. When you register your event, there's the opportunity to put a description in. Every event is automatically then promoted on the website in the Visitor Farm section. So if you do want to control visitor numbers, you want to make it a private event or an event just for people in the local area, then you need to ensure that it is not displayed on the website. So you can opt out if it's being displayed there. But the majority of events are promoted on the website. A great example is a farm up in Scotland near Inverness. They host 4 farm walks at set times, and for each walk they want just 40 visitors to attend, and so they use the ticketing service, just promote it through the website, and each year the ticketing is all fully booked, which is just great. So we also have free resources for you to promote your event locally. We have, as you can see around this edge of this PowerPoint slide, we have posters, flyers, postcards. They all have space on them for you to add in your event details, for you to then print out and to promote your event. There's also the roadside banner, bottom left, and there's some white space around there, so you can put the name of your farm, or you can put the times, you can put the postcode for your farm, so that people can find their way to your Open Farm Sunday event using the postcode. And in the middle there, there is the old version of our direction arrow, but we have a new design coming this year, which is in colour. So that is a resource that's coming soon. So lots of free resources that you can order from the shop, and you can overprint with your details. So the posters and the flyers, what can you do with them? You can send them out, you can leaflet drop your local villages, you can take them to your local schools, shops, you can put posters up on notice boards, promote your event in the parish magazine. Don't forget that many parish magazines are bi-monthly, so they have a long lead time, so get in touch with them fast. But a lot of villages and towns will have will have websites where you can post your event as well. Social media is, of course, a huge part of communications these days. So do get involved in social media. You can post your event if you have a Facebook page as a Facebook event. But do bear in mind that Facebook will help your messages to reach far and wide. So it will go out to initial people who come across your post and then be shared with their family and their friends. So if you want to keep your event very small, do consider how you use social media, because from our experience, it is a great opportunity, a great communications channel to actually get out there to invite huge numbers of people to events. We also have press releases. We have a template press release that's in the resources section on the website, and you're welcome to tailor the press release to your event and send it out to local publications. But again, we would recommend that only if you're organising or planning for a larger event. So if you do wish to control visitor numbers, the best way to do this is something that we introduced a couple of years ago, is the LEAF Open Farm Sunday ticketing service, which we're doing in partnership with TryBooking. It's their system that we're using, and it is fabulous. It helps you to limit visitor numbers. It helps you to manage the flow of visitors during your event, which is a key thing, especially if you've got limited car parking. For planning purposes, you can actually use it to get a profile of your visitors, to get an idea of the numbers and the age of the visitors. You can ask people to book onto timed activities if you're doing particular Meet the Animal or tractor trailer ride or farm tour. And it's also a great communications tool. So if everybody who's attending your event uses the ticketing service, then you can email them in advance saying, thank you for booking on to attend. In a couple of weeks' time, it's Open Farm Sunday. We're looking forward to seeing you. We've got lots of great activities lined up. And you can give them details of that. If you have food that's going to be available, you can tell them and say, if you're coming over lunchtime, then there will be food available and what will be available. If you're offering a picnic site for people, you can mention that. If you have livestock at your event, you can get across some key health and safety information. If you're going to allow visitors to touch animals, then it is hugely important that you make sure that all visitors wash their hands straight after touching any livestock. And also you can say to them that before eating any food, they really do need to thoroughly wash their hands as well. So you can get across all those health and safety messages and messages about the event. If car parking is limited, you can ask them to car share. And also, if the weather's inclement or if the weather's going to be very hot, you can send them an email saying, look, the forecast is rain. We're still going ahead with our event, but just make sure that you're wearing Wellington boots, waterproof and the right clothing for the weather. Or likewise, you can say it's going to be very hot, wear sunscreen. So all those messages you can get out to your visitors if you've asked them to book on and use the ticketing service. It's also a great opportunity, especially if you've got a diversification, to use it to build a customer contact database. And you can ask them if they wish to receive e-newsletters, and if you are allowed to keep their data after Open Farm Sunday. So the data that's collected to communicate with your potential visitors in the run-up to Open Farm Sunday can only be used up to your event. If you wish to use it after the event, then you need to get permission to do this for GDPR reasons. And you can set this up in your TryBooking event. And the key message to say that if your event is free, then this ticketing service is free of charge as well. And here's a great case study. Back in 2018, Uncle Henry's, which has a farm shop and a large pig farm up in Lincolnshire, they used Open Farm Sunday. They've actually been doing Open Farm Sunday events since it began in 2006. So their event has grown. They welcome thousands of visitors onto farm, but they used the TryBooking system in a specific way for the first time in 2018. They used it to manage the flow of visitors. They didn't want 5,000 people turning up all at the same time. So they actually released a certain number of tickets at set times. They also have a loyalty card scheme for people who are visitors to their farm shop. And so they actually released the link to book tickets to the event, to their Open Farm Sunday event, first to their loyal customers, And then at a later date, they opened up tickets to other people. And then when it came much nearer to the event, they were promoting the message that if you want to attend our event and you do not have a ticket because all the tickets have been fully booked, then you can arrive before 10:30 in the morning or after 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And they had that communication as well. But the ticketing helped them to manage the flow of people during the busiest part of the day over the late morning, lunchtime and early afternoon. They sent through email updates to them to tell the visitors all about health and safety and what was available. In the past, they've printed out lots of maps of their Open Farm Sunday event. Well, they emailed this to the visitors in advance, and it meant that they were using less paper, and they were actually really impressed by how many people either had the map on their mobile phone or they printed a copy out themselves at home. They asked people when they booked tickets to book either children or adult tickets, so they had an idea of the age of the visitors, and they could plan their activities around that. So they'd have an idea of how many young children were coming and how many teenagers. On the services, on the TryBooking service, they were also impressed that you can click on to see a map, so that everyone who books a ticket to your event, they have to put in their details into the booking system, and the postcode is plotted onto a map, so you can actually see people where people are travelling from, which is interesting as well. And as I said a few minutes ago, you can collect data. So as they say here, we will definitely be using the online ticketing service again this year. I don't think that we could host an Open Farm Sunday without it now, as we need to control the visitor numbers because their event has got so large. And their full case study can be seen in the Open My Farm section on the website farmsunday.org in the case studies section. So now I'm going to pass you over to my colleague Tabitha Salisbury to talk about the ticketing service itself.
Thank you, Annabelle. So I think Annabelle's covered most bases there, but just a quick overview of how to use the ticketing service. So in a minute there'll be a few screen grabs on screen. There's a step-by-step instruction of how to use it. But firstly, just a couple of things which are really helpful about the service. So it's all online, and once you've created an event, you get a unique link for your tickets for each event, and this is emailed to you and available on the website. You can then use this link to promote your event, and you can add it in all your promotional resources, so it can go on your website, in social media, in emails or posters, and so on. And also, if you want it a small event and you only want select people to have access to this link, this is an option too. You can send it out to just individual people. And then the important thing to note with this link is that you should add it to your Leaf Open Farm Sunday event description on our website during your registration, which you can go back and edit at any point. So the TryBooking account is also held in your name. You manage the event, not us. So you can see exactly who's booked on for what and when, which is really useful. So a step-by-step guide to setting up your event. The first thing to do is to type in TryBooking into your web browser. This will then draw up this page displayed on screen. And in the top right-hand corner, there's an option to create a seller account. So click on that one. You'll then go through to this page here. So if you follow the instructions that are available and sign in using an email, create your own password, and once you've filled all this information out, you will receive an email link to activate to your account and follow the instructions in that email. So once you have done that, you can now log into the account you've just created, and you can now set up your Leaf Open Farm Sunday event. So to do so, there's a dashboard along the left-hand side of your computer screen. So select underneath the event section, select create event, and you can start creating your event. So click through the step-up process, which is up on screen at the moment. So your basic event details, your address, the time of the event, the date of the event. And once you've completed the event setup, you just click finished at the bottom. And don't worry, if you haven't got all your details finalised yet, you can come back and edit it at any time. So once you've gone through that process, it'll ask you for a hero image. So that's displayed above the text here. This is also available on our ticketing service webpage, or we're more than happy to email it to you. If you give openfarmsunday@leafuk.org a quick email, we can send it across. You upload this image in the section it asks for it, and that just displays it as an official Leaf Open Farm Sunday event. You can then add your own image below this to be the background of your event when people book on. So from this, your event is created, and it really is as simple as that. You'll be given a link at this point, which you can copy, but don't worry if you forget to, because you can go back and copy this link at any time you want to. So now your basic event has been created. If you want to, you can get a bit more technical, start adding data collection and add in timed activities for people to book onto. We're going to start with data collection, and Leaf Open Farm Sunday asks you to collect a couple of bits of data for us. So to do this, go to Additional Information on the control panel and select Data Collection. Scroll down to the bottom of this page, and under the Attendee section, click Collect Information, change it from No to Yes. You can then click on the orange Add Field button and follow the instructions to fill out the fields with the correct data you want. Here at Leaf, we asked you to kindly collect 2 areas of data for our own records. These are, firstly, would you like to complete our visitor survey? And the second one is, would they like to sign up to Leaf Life e-newsletter? Make sure these are in your event dashboard, not your account dashboard, but that's quite obvious. You can also add anything of your own here as well. So if you have your own e-newsletter or mailing lists for your diversifications, then this can be added in at this point. So once you've done your data collection, you can now add in activities and timed events. So if you're having tractor and trailer rides or farm walks or meet the animals, you can add this in here. This allows you to limit numbers for particular activities and get people to book onto a certain timed event throughout your day. So to do this, underneath ticketing on your left-hand panel, there's a section called Pricing Group. If you click on this, and then once you're in there, click on your event, and you'll be sent over to a new web browser, which should look like this. I've already added in a few fields on this screen grab, so you'll probably only have one coming up initially. So to create a section of your event, select Add Ticket Type, and from here you can keep adding multiple entries for as many farm walks or tractor trailer rides or what have you as you like at certain times throughout the day. So once you've added these activities, once you click on the event, you can change certain aspects of it. You can come back and edit it any time you like. And because everything on TryBooking has word counts, you can add in any additional information along the top row of this using the header so people understand what you're asking of them or what you're supplying. You can also change how many people can book onto this event under the capacity section. So if you've only got 30 tickets available for that timed farm walk, then that's fine. Just make sure you pop in 30 in the capacity section. If you're pricing for certain things, so say you're charging £1 for a tractor trailer ride, then you're hoping to send that to charity, then you can do this in the amount section too. So finally, what we ask you to do is share producer access with us so we can collect the data you've collected for us. This is very simple. If you go into your event dashboard and scroll all the way down to the bottom on the left-hand side, there's a button that says Producer Access, which is circled on the screen grab in front of you. If you use the password LOFS 2020, all in capitals, and then email your unique producer ID to us at openfarmsunday@leafuk.org. And then they ask you to tick box a few boxes. So if you in particular select the export data box and anything else that is appropriate to your event. If you're unsure, just select all the boxes and then we can access what we need to. But don't worry, we can't access anything too personal. So that's the basics of running through the TryBooking system. I'll now hand you back to Annabelle.
Thank you. And just to say about the TryBooking system, you can communicate with your visitors who've booked on through the email system on TryBooking, or you can download it as an Excel spreadsheet. So there are different ways of accessing the information. So, Tabitha, thank you very much for that. And Tabitha just mentioned about pricing. The TryBooking system is free if your event is free. And the ethos of Leaf Open Farm Sunday is that events are free to visitors. We do have a few farmers who like to charge an admission fee or charge for certain activities. We do ask that any admission fee is less than £5, and some people that there are costs that you may have, such as hiring toilets or hand washing facilities, or some other cost associated with your event, hiring in a tractor and trailer. And as a way of covering those costs, as I say, you can charge an admission fee or for certain activities. We do discourage that, but if you wish to, you can, but it must be under £5. You can manage bank transfers through the TryBooking system too. There are 2 fees associated for paid tickets. One is a 15p booking fee paid by each visitor at the checkout point, and then 5% as a service fee is taken to cover the card transaction, which is taken off the cost of each ticket and taken off the money that goes to you as the farmer. So you can add your account details to TryBooking, and at any point, if you do opt to charge to collect funds through the TryBooking system, at any point you can download and secure those funds. And I have to say that Leaf as an organisation, we use TryBooking for not only Open Farm Sunday, but for a lot of our other Leaf events, free events as well as chargeable events, and we found it to be a really efficient system. So, I hope the slides that we've shown you today haven't been too scary. Once you have started using it, it is a very simple system to use. It may look complicated on those screen grabs, but it truly isn't. It doesn't take long to set up. If at any point you have any questions, the team at the TryBooking are fantastic. There's the telephone number there. Just give them a ring at any time and they will help talk you through the ticketing service and how to set it up. And then, as we've said before, if you have any questions about your Open Farm Sunday event, please give the Leaf office a call on 024 76 41 3911. So now it's time for questions. If you have any questions, please do get in touch. On the screen here, we have the date for this year, the 7th of June 2020, but we also have the dates for future events, the 13th of June 2021, 5th of June 22, and the 4th of June 23. Now, just looking at the system here, we haven't actually got any questions that have come in, so that's hopefully a good sign. So just finally, onto our last screen, just to say thank you very much for watching this webinar. Our next webinar is about health and safety, so we'll give you lots of helpful hints and tips on that on Friday. And finally, a massive thank you to all our principal sponsors of Leaf Open Farm Sunday, and here they are on screen. We cannot deliver Open Farm Sunday, the website, the huge PR campaign behind it, and all the fabulous resources that we offer free of charge to farmers. We can't do that without our support from our sponsors. So a huge thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to Tabitha for co-presenting today, and thank you to you, all our wonderful host farmers. So good luck with your event. Thank you.